know when to stop or slow down. I just 2 weeks shortly after running the Keys 100, I had already been registered and entered for a 24-hour race run, which was it was around a lake, Normandale Lake, and it's a 1.8 mile loop, and you just do as many loops as you can in 24 hours. So I knew that it was going to be a challenge. Any type of a race over 24 hours or, 100K, 100 miles, obviously is a challenge, right? It's a challenge physically, mentally, emotionally. There's a lot of challenges, curveballs, and things that can happen and things that can get thrown at you throughout an experience like that. So 2 weeks out of the 100-miler, feeling pretty good, had gotten a few jogs and some runs in the legs and the body were feeling pretty good. Did I think I was 100%? No, not at all. But I thought it was close. And so I showed up. I'd signed up, I'd registered, and I was like, hey, let's give this a shot. So I showed up this past Saturday, got everything set up. We started at 8 a.m. in the morning, and I started off at a fairly good pace and was getting some good laps in, but just something felt off, right? Like my body just wasn't quite right. And so I continued on and continued to push and continued to give my body a little time to see how it would react. And it wasn't really getting better. I was slowing down. My knees, my legs were just, they did not feel what they should have felt at that point in that type of a run, right? Like your body, your joints, your muscles, your legs are always not going to feel great when you're taking on this type of an event. But at the same time, I've done this enough to know that how I should feel at certain points of a race. And I could just tell that it wasn't my day. I've been on social media and letting people know that I was going to do this 24-hour run. And I'm getting close to 6 hours into this thing. And I knew it would be best for me to pull the plug. And so I did. I pulled the plug. I had a good friend of mine, Vinny, that was there to help to support me throughout the race. And as I would come around each lap, if I needed water, if I needed to take a seat, change some clothes, things like that, food, all that kind of stuff, he was there to help me with that and just let him know, hey man, I think today is not the day, and we're going to live to see another day. And a good coach of mine, Morrow, he commented when I let everybody know on Facebook that, hey, I'm pulling the plug. 24 miles in 6 hours, so about four miles an hour, which was really my goal to hit throughout this run. And he just said, hey man, proud of you. He's like, Richard Branson's coach said, one of the biggest problems with athletes is not knowing when to slow down or stop, or ignoring essentially not having the ability to slow down or stop when they should, right? Pushing through. Because as an athlete, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, especially nowadays, the hustle grind mentality, David Goggins is a beast, is the baddest motherfucker on the planet, as he says. And I don't know how many races he would pull himself out of in the situation that I was in. I'm not David Goggins. And also I know that he's had some physical issues and ailments and some time where he's been forced to sit out of the game and do some rehab and things like that because he didn't stop or slow down in certain moments. And so, I'm not here in this video to compare myself to anyone else or to tell you what you should or should not do. However, I would have you tried on. And it's not an excuse either, right? Like I said, when I'm running 100 miles, I know it's not going to be easy. I know that I'm going to hurt When I ran the Keys 100, it was 95 degrees, high humidity, heat index easily in the hundreds. And my body did not feel good in the day. Like the sun was just sucking all of our energy dry. And so I knew that I just had to walk and survive through the heat, and then get into the night when it cooled off and be able to re-energize and push hard. When the blisters hit at mile 40, I didn't stop. I did what I could to take care of them, to cover it up. And then I kept moving forward. So there's absolutely times to move forward, to continue to push through. But then there's times to know when things just are not right. Like there's a difference between injury and hurting and a little bit of the pain and discomfort, right? There's a massive difference between those, and many are not able to make the distinction between them, and they allow the hurting, the pain, and the discomfort to convince themselves that they're injured when they're really not, to give them the excuse to stop or to slow way down. So a few things here in this message I think are the ability to discern the difference, to not allow yourself to just quit and stop and slow down when you know that you can continue to move forward and do more. And then also just the ability to, my response to my coach Marl was like, the hardest part in that is the ego. It's the ego of, man, I've already told these people that I'm going to go do this, man. I just talked about how I finished 100 miles and I can't make it more than 6. Like you're weak, right? So you have this conversation with yourself, and so it's the ability to push some of your ego aside and do what's best for you, so that you can go and have another day where you're healthy, where you're fit, where you're fully recovered to take on that next race, that next challenge. So that's what I got for you guys today. Have the courage, the ability to stop or slow down in the times when you really truly need to, and the discernment to know if you really need to or not. So that's what I got for you guys today. Let's go.